Good morning everyone, how's it going? So the start of another day. My bike is packed just where my finger is and ready to go, although I just need the tent, which is there, to dry out a little bit first. It didn't rain during the night, that's just the dew that collects in the morning, so it just pays to give it an extra 5 or 10 minutes to dry the tent out, and it makes life easier on the other end when I arrive at my next destination. Where is my next destination? Beyond Passau. I'm not sure if it's possible to get to Deggendorf today, but I'll give it a go. I'm looking to do about 100 kilometres if I can. Is there anything else to say? There was no internet last night. Oh, what did we do before the internet? Well, I used to have a pack of cards with me and I used to play Patience in the tent. So I didn't even have that. And do you know what? I haven't even got a pen. And thinking about it, other than the times when I sign in my name on the registration forms in the campsites, I don't actually use a pen, and I don't think I've used one for about 12 months. Isn't that weird? Weird the way that technology changes everything. Anyway, moving on from that moment of contemplation, let's hit the road and do some cycling. Here's some videos. Cheers for now. So before I begin, I should explain that I'm doing this commentary the day after the cycle ride itself. So this means the memories aren't quite so fresh. Now, although it's only a day ago, what you've got to remember is I did 100 kilometres on this day, and I've just done 100 kilometres today. And it's not that everything blurs into one, it's just that there is so much sensory input. You know, you're looking at so much, there's so many sounds and smells and everything that there's kind of a bit of an overload situation, so you can't possibly remember everything. I mean, this is very nice. I couldn't honestly tell you where it is, for example, although because it's at the beginning of the video, presumably it's somewhere near Krems. So unless there's a major point that stands out, it might be a major landmark or a major event, things do tend to blur into one, which is, to be fair, is why I'm keeping these vlogs. You know, it's much to share the trip with you guys and to remind me. Anyway, this did stand out. So you know, in a pub you have a condom machine. Well, this is an inner tube machine, and it was on the cycle path, which I thought was a brilliant idea. Somebody left a lucky fluffy toy behind, but I was going to take him with me, but I thought he looked more at home there. So yeah, anyway, I think that's a great idea. So here's a clip of the Donau, and I've taken that from one of the numerous bridges that I've passed over now. In fact, I've lost count of the amount of times that I've crossed over the river. It's easily double figures. This church, again, very, very beautiful. Where is it? Nah, I can't tell you. Yeah. I mean, perhaps I could write down the name of every small town and village I cycle through, but I'd never get any cycling done, so you just have to accept it for what it is. And here's one of the cruise ships. So these go up and down the river, and they take people to the main points of interest. It kind of got me thinking, actually, where do they build these cruise ships? Because they can't sail them in from the sea, so there must be some sort of dockyard somewhere on the Danube, but I've not seen one yet either. Yeah, it's very mysterious. And that was a very big, strange looking boat there as well. I don't know if it's ever been put on water. Anyway, this section of cycling I really enjoyed. The track was very close to the river, and you can see plenty of cyclists. I'm trying to get them to smile as I go past, but only very few do. It could be the fact they don't speak English, but it could be the fact they're not very smiley people. But I don't know why, because I think they're getting more of a tailwind than me. Although that said, on this particular day, I didn't have a tailwind. Sorry, a headwind. So there might have even been a short tailwind, who knows. Talking of smiling, am I smiling? No. So really I should take my own advice before I expect other people to smile, shouldn't I? So this clip here is of what was kind of a mock Viking boat. So it had a motor, but it was done up as a Viking boat or like a medieval boat. So I don't know if it was a booze cruise or what it was. And I thought the oars were fake, and then later on they put the oars in the water. So I don't know what that was about. It will just have to remain a small mystery that will never be solved by me. Never mind. This section a little bit reminded me of Slovenia. You remember back to those videos and everything was like pristine and perfect, and the grass was perfectly kept and everything was just, just spot on. Well, I'm not going to say it was as good as that, because I think Slovenia is well in the lead, but Austria's a close second. Sorry Austria, I don't mean to offend you, but you're a close second. So here is one of the ferries that takes cyclists from one side of the river to the other side. I've not had to use one yet, but I think they're just like €1 or €2. In fact, I did mean to use one, but I kind of forgot or missed it or something. Anyway, these guys have used it, and looking at these guys, I would say that they're on an organised tour, but some of them I think are off of the cruise ship. So I think what the cruise ships also do is they drop people off at one point, and the people cycle up the track, the cruise ship moves ahead and then waits for them. And I'll show you a little bit later on why that is in some of the other clips. So, what else is there? Yeah, cycling through, very pretty, like those red roses. I thought they offset against the kind of blue house there. I thought it was very nice, very elegant. And today, like I said, there was no headwind particularly. So, I stopped off on the bridge, and this is one of the cruise ships passing underneath the bridge. I kind of had one of those moments where I wanted to jump on the boat, but then knowing my luck, I'd probably just go straight through the roof or something. Anyway, as you can see, it's huge. There didn't appear to be anyone on here, so that's why, and you can see all like the tables and chairs are laid flat. That's why I got the impression that they'd dropped the people off on the shore to cycle. And these three people here, I think one of whom waved, I'm sure they must be crew, just taking it easy once everyone's off the boats. Anyway, yeah, that's what I thought. So here we have a mermaid holding a fish. So if a mermaid eats a fish, is that semi-cannibalism? And why are mermaids? Why do they have like a fish's tail? Wouldn't it be better to have like a fish's head and then human legs? Yeah, that would be a better mermaid, I think. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's move on. So this is another city which you should name and leave a comment below, definitely, because this is a major city on the route. This will prove to me that you've done some research into this as well. Probably a little bit more research than I've done, to be fair. But yeah, it was very nice. One of those places where I would have liked to have stayed perhaps a day to look around, but I just don't have the time. And even if I stayed a day in every place I've stopped at, it would double the length of the trip, obviously. So that would then be a 4-month trip instead of a 2-month trip. Anyway, cycling down the by the side of the river, one of the cruise ships is, you can see one of the cruise ships there. And a little bit later on, perhaps here, you can see some bikes and a bunch of people who are waiting. So I think that they are now going to go on a cruise ship after doing their little bicycle tour. So I went through an underpass and decided that I'd push the bike up just to see what it was like. So it's very nice that they've got a way to push prams and a bike up the underpass. But to be fair, next time I think I'll just cross the road using the road. So time was getting on a bit and I had no real destination in mind. I didn't really know where I was going to be staying the night. Once you get past like the 90-kilometre mark, I don't know, my legs start to feel a bit tired, so I was looking for somewhere half decent to stay. I stopped a couple of cyclists and sort of asked them had they seen a campground. A couple said they had, so it was just a matter of persevering until I found somewhere. And here I did find somewhere. This is a boatyard, and I camped for, let me get this right, I camped for €5 for the night. And there's the tent set up and a lovely sunset. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I think I'm going to pan round to the bike, yeah. And then I thought it wasn't a good idea, so I thought I'd pan back to the tent. And then I thought I'd fade out on that. End of a good day's ride. Love it. Speak to you next time.